A city of the future rising from the heart of the desert, streets filled with traditional architecture, a place where sand dunes meet the ocean waves. This is Doha, where unique experiences await and history is being written right now.
And I think this is the first time we arrived at night. This is some part of the airport. This is our group behind. We are waiting for taxis now. Unfortunately, we did not get to go through that main part, but I can insert some footage later and still tell you that this is one of the best airports in the world.
And since it's opening day, it constantly makes the list of the world's best airports. In Hamad International Airport, besides the architectural beauty and cleanliness, you will also see interesting art installations like those found all over Doha.
Now we will get into taxis, go to the hotel and see what awaits us.
First, this is a scanner to check your luggage, to make sure nothing illegal enters the hotel. Second, this is the room where upon entering I realized I was in a standard clean room, which had a high ceiling, a big TV and a decent bathroom. As for the tradition,
it is time for the bed test.
It turned out to be just a regular soft bed, and before dawn we also visited a shop located near the hotel.
We cannot run anything without this. We are buying adapters for the whole group, so we have power for our phones and other devices.
As for the shops in Doha,
cool shops, I don't know. Also look, there are famous brands, Toblerone, Kit Kat, M&M's. Look, there is bread, there is water, shampoo and stuff. You go over to the drinks and what is there? No, there is no alcohol. You cannot buy it anywhere, and there are these non-alcoholic beers, like the ones showing behind me right now.
Since Qatar is a Muslim country, buying alcohol is only possible in high-end hotel bars with a special license. The country protects its traditions and peace this way, which creates a completely different dynamic when traveling. After visiting the store, the first day of our tour has begun.
And we arrived at Doha Sands Beach Club, which is free for us because this tour was planned by Travelfy, of course, and Travelfy chose a hotel for us whose guests get in here for free. So let us see what is happening on Doha Beach now.
Doha Sands Beach Club is an enclosed area where various food spots and bars gather. The beach club has a private beach with soft and comfortable sunbeds. Since the venue has a special license, you can also buy alcoholic drinks here. For fun, you can try playing billiards, ping pong and various water activities like jet skis, flyboards and surfboards.
We are joining the group. I don't think this is water right now, so let us just jump right in, and I don't even know what kind of water it is, but why do I care? I will just jump right in. Let us go warm up, we are going all in. When I try and want to swim, every glass of champagne pulls me down. Oh, that was good. Rise, sunrise, do not hide from Doha. That fits so perfectly. It really looks like Dubai. Even though it is mid-December, there are still people here. For us, this is like a normal summer, but a neutral one, like when it cools down a bit. It is perfect weather for partying at the beach, like when you want to roll out a watermelon back home in Ureki. For the locals here, it is the middle of winter. You might even see someone walking around in a jacket, so over there the drinking and good times are underway. It is filmed, everything is filmed. We just arrived and we will finish our first drink here now. I am lagging behind, come on, I am making up for the filming and let us see. In short, simple conclusion, it really is exactly like in Dubai. Is there more? Here are the chilled glasses. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, cheers! Now we are going to the hotel where we will change, get ready, sober up a bit.
Where before arriving we decided to warm up a bit with the luggage we brought from Georgia.
This is happening in a country where they have laws like this. Kvara is waiting for us. Cheers to Kvara straight from here. Up to this point, you went through a 9-step process to get in right here.
On this day, the FIFA Intercontinental Cup final was taking place, which was one of the main reasons for planning this tour. Paris Saint-Germain and Flamengo were facing each other in the final. This was my first experience and spectacle at a stadium of this level. Unfortunately, due to FIFA rules, I cannot show you the actual game footage, but you will understand everything from my reactions anyway.
This is one. Cheering in another country has a completely different vibe. Hey, was it out? No, they did not count this goal. It is fine, another one will go in. Come on, who else is here? Let me see you Georgians with this flag. Now for them, this is just a regular FIFA game. We choose teams with controllers on PlayStation, they just buy them. They talk, what should we do? Which one will you be? Oh, let me buy PSG. Wow, I see the Georgian flag again. Someone won a car. Congratulations, congratulations, brother. I do not know who you are. The first half is over. We are winning well. Quara is ours, so we are winning accordingly. I will try to just look around like this and show you how cool this place is. How cool is it that the stadium is surrounded by a huge running track and the seats are made so that you can stay seated when someone passes by and you do not have to move or twist around. Okay, let us see what happens in the second half. We have a penalty, bro. You will know by the reaction if it goes in or not. It went in, but it is 1-1 now. 1-1 is nothing. I like that because it will stretch the game out a bit more. I actually like that the game went this way. It is good to watch.
And everything was indeed decided by penalties, after which Quara won his 6th championship trophy in 2025.
So, in the end, you could say that I personally am leaving with good impressions, and probably you too, because I was at the stadium like I have never been before. I felt an atmosphere like I've never felt before. I saw Quara play too. I attended the final too. So, in short, everything was new and pleasant.
As for the first evening spent in Doha, I decided to explore the streets around the hotel.
How soulless this place is. Like, there is this huge building standing here and nothing is happening. The sea should be over there, so let us go see what is happening at the sea. The first sight you see is this right here, giant cut up spaghetti. I unexpectedly ended up in such a peaceful place. The mood is amazing. I really love when I have something completely different planned and something else happens. Something much more pleasant than I had in my plans. For example, earlier my plan was let us just walk around the neighborhood and see what is happening around me before I lie down and sleep, and I discovered that I have this kind of view in my neighborhood. It turns out I am looking directly at downtown from this peaceful environment. So why am I talking so much now? And the second day has dawned. This is the kind of weather we have today. It is cloudy, you probably see the droplets splashing on my body, and in short, today we decided to travel indoors precisely because of this weather. By traveling indoors, I mean Villaggio Mall, where you can ride a boat right inside the mall. I also expect that there will be some other unique experiences at Villaggio. So in short, we will get into taxis now, which usually arrive very quickly, and we will show up directly at Villaggio Mall.
Villaggio Mall is one of the most famous shopping centers in Doha. Its interior is built in the Venetian style, with water, canals, gondolas, and an imitation of European city architecture. It features leading world brands, shops, restaurants, cafes, and entertainment zones. This is exactly what makes it such an attractive place for tourists.
Not everyone from the group came, but of course I took a ride on the gondola, which cost me 20 rials. Normally it would cost 10, but since I am alone, it came out to about that much for 2 people. 20 rials is 15 lari, which is quite cheap for this kind of experience. Alright, I am off to look around alone. Let us see what shops are here, where you can walk around later. It turns out there are discounts here in some shop. It does give you a kind of city experience. Also above, even though it is an indoor space, there is the sky, or rather a sky effect. Also, this mall is shaped like a city because the buildings look directly like a city, and it is as if these shops are actually open in a city. A quick bad joke. Whose child are you? Mamas and papas. First time hearing of this shop. Anyway, I am wrapping up. I cannot say this is something you absolutely must experience, oh my god, but it is fun. When you are in Doha, there are not exactly amazing activities here, and if you do not do things like this, then what else? Oh, and I wanted to go into this shop, but it turned out to be booked, so I could not enter. Anyway, I have been walking for 5 minutes and discovered that it is just a regular ceiling. The sky is not really everywhere. If you go into Zara, H&M, or even Miniso here, the prices are not like, oh my god, cheap or oh my god, expensive. I came to the food court, which is huge, and you can sit and eat directly in a spot where you look at the ice rink. At first glance, it is a small place, but there are so many rides. A Ferris wheel, a drop tower, spinning plates, and even a roller coaster, by the way. And this other one too, where you get launched on water. Oh, I do not know, there is just so much. I really liked this roller coaster to sit on, but they said no filming. At some point I did tell them, like, you know what I mean. In some way I thought they might let me slide, but no, they still stood their ground. Villaggio Mall is just a regular mall, which in my opinion is good for locals, but for us tourists, well, Georgians, who already have the same brands that are represented here, there is nothing special here. The prices are not something that would charm you either. And as for the main attraction, the gondola ride, which you could say is one of Doha's sights, it is good. In the end, Villaggio left me with the impression of just a regular mall, nothing special.
Which is something I cannot say about the next experience. To understand better, let us start from the beginning. Since Doha is built entirely on a desert, it has a very hot summer and a pleasantly warm winter. As for bad weather, official data says it rains a maximum of 5 times a year and there's a heavy downpour. Now guess who caught one of those 5 days?
Wonderful museum weather, the museum itself is wonderful too. This is the kind of environment here. Probably during the day, and when it is sunny and not raining, it must be great outside too. And now we will see the inside.
თუ ბიჭო ერთ ხელს წელიწადში და იმას არა, აი მას შეხედეთ მე როგორც. აი კიდე რო ისხმევა შეხედეთ.
I wish I knew what makes me laugh, but what other choice do I have besides laughing? I really love museums. I am crazy about them.
Despite the heavy rain, we finally made it to the National Museum of Qatar, whose architecture is inspired by the desert rose shape. Inside it shows Qatar's past Bedouin culture, the discovery of oil and the country's rapid transformation into a modern state. You will also find audiovisual installations and interactive spaces here. This place is perfect to easily understand Doha's brief history.
Before the local people got rich from oil, they used to harvest pearls, and this was their clothing in short. That thing hanging in front of us is probably what they used to put the pearls in. I will also insert a clip of what their pearl harvesting technique looked like. So they made a living from pearls before that. This is definitely a different experience here. Oh, what a good sound system. Just look at how many speakers are up there. The glass is so clean that I feel like all these worlds are suspended in the air. This carpet you are looking at now might seem like nothing at first glance, but it turns out it is made of 1.5 million pearls. There is a very interesting cinema hall which tells you their history in short, where they come from, and their weapons of war are also presented. And now everything is placed in a way that makes me think it must be some ancient thing, when in fact it is from 1915 to 1919. Here's this huge board where I think you can do things like this, right? Wow, wow, wow. I feel like Tony Stark. Ooh, I do not know if I can enter here since I am alone. What is this? Let us choose green. Wow, should I stand here? Wow, what is happening? Yay. Wait, how do I know which one contains gas now? I need help over there. The whole group joined in. The train left and what did we win? It went somewhere. Oh, did it come back? I thought it would bring us something. Me too. Why did it trouble 4 people? No, at first how lonely we were, and now look, the group is here. This museum is good. Now if there is still water like that, outside we survived. This water is still standing here, it has not gone anywhere.
In the end, the bad weather improved our mood, instead of ruining it so much that despite breaking a few rules, we even threw a small party in our hotel room.
2 things were not allowed in the hotel: alcohol and shisha. Cheers to us and the camels. They keep their baggage in their humps, while some of us brought it in under our armpits and some I do not even know how.
Cheers to all the good people who love this kind of fun and having a good time.
No alcohol in the hotel. I'm sorry, cameras.
Mrs. Manana, can you tell us how you are enjoying your time with us now? I just cannot imagine anyone ending up here regardless of age who would not be just like this with us. This says it all. The fact that things like this are already so cool is great. The condition is already acceptable. Is my hair messy now? That is it, finished.
Of course, this evening could not end here, and we finally ended up in one of those few clubs with a great vibe, good music, and most importantly, an alcohol license. Right after entering Club Society, we traditionally found ourselves in the VIP section for Travelfy tours and created the most memorable moments of this trip. In the end, everyone had such a night at Club Society that no one could have imagined in Doha. Just like the muddy desert tour the next morning, which was caused by last night's rain. And still not fully sober, the time came for buggies, the first activity of the safari tour. Riding buggies in the cold and muddy winter desert definitely gave us a unique experience, and most importantly, it completely woke everyone up. The next stage of the safari tour was dune bashing.
I think sitting in the back was not a good option. I hit the ceiling immediately. Brother Abdullah, we do not want driving like that. Oh, I threw up that Big Mac. Me and Shota have really great safety. Shota, grab onto it so you do not flip over. You are still fine, but look at me, I do not have it at all. I could not even film anything. The microphone, the phone, everything was falling all over the place. I do not know, this was not dune bashing, it was some kind of torture.
And the final point of dune bashing was the main site of this tour, the meeting of the desert and the sea.
In short, what I managed to get was drone footage, and now we are returning by dune bashing again. Managing to get drone footage is actually no small feat at all, nor is those 7,458 photos that our group took here.
At the end of the safari tour, we returned to the starting point relatively calmly compared to dune bashing. After that, we visited the famous Arab restaurant Dokya in the city, which with its unique environment offers guests delicious dishes and a beautiful show. Very hungry after the desert tour, Melika and I set up a small challenge and ordered a boat platter, which according to Dokya staff is a portion for 4 people.
Wow, what a huge thing arrived. I do not know, they say it is for 4 people and 2 of us will start, and in the end we might become 4. There is enough food here for the whole group. Oh, this is so good. How obvious is it that we are coming from the desert? They do not have this portion measured by a Georgian man's standards. 4 people from where exactly is the question. I should have asked the waiter, because for 2 Georgians it is perfect. This is a 5-minute job for us. In another 5 minutes there will probably be nothing left of this food. In short, Melika and I will finish this now. I hope none of you doubt us, judging by other videos at least. And what should we do? Should we give a recommendation too?
Absolutely. First, because of the environment, and second, because of this food.
In short, Dokya is definitely a recommendation of Travelfy.
Souq Waqif is Doha's historic market and one of the city's most authentic spaces. This place was originally established in the 19th century and still maintains traditional Arab architecture, narrow streets and an old town atmosphere. Here you will find handmade items, souvenirs, spices, local clothing and traditional Arab products. The market is full of small cafes and restaurants where you can taste both local and international cuisine. Souq Waqif especially comes alive in the evening hours when the lights turn on and more people visit this market. This is a place where Doha's history, culture and modern life create a true Arab atmosphere.
I like this street the most. It might remind you of a street in Tbilisi, but on that street there is no giant thumb monument like this. And here it is. I have not seen this many tourists together in Doha yet. In all the days I have been here, and there is a smell of shisha all over this street because it is full of restaurants. You already know how much locals love shisha, right? It is like a shisha land. This man perfectly reflects the level of cleanliness here. When did you last see someone cleaning the street with a cloth? He is gone. Sorry brother if it was awkward for you. By the way, there are interesting experiences on this street too. You can experience a filmed horse pretending to be a pony. You can also experience a camel that is just standing right in the middle of the street and it will give you a ride. And you will find other small entertainments too. By the way, there is a very beautiful view too. We are looking directly at downtown from here and it is beautiful, but only at night. During the day it is neutral, with some buildings standing at a distance, and at night it lights up really well. You can even take a real Doha parrot from here. Not just a parrot, the whole flora and fauna is represented here. I thought I was already finishing and was about to sit down to have some coffee with the group, but luckily I did not choose coffee. I chose to enter the bazaar because it is very beautiful here and you can really feel the Arabic aura.
After joining the group, I told everyone about my discoveries in the market, and their interest finally led to this result.
I thought you were a local. Do you work here? The locals look at you like you are one of them. How many wives do you have, sir?
And at the end of this day, we decided to spend the evening at Crossroads Bar, which was completely different from the previous night's club atmosphere. The only thing both spaces had in common was expensive drinks. At Crossroads, along with club music, you can also listen to famous hits performed live. And even though you won't find a dance floor here, it is possible to dance at the table while eating and drinking. Overall, this environment made us have a much more fun time, and at the end of the night, a song that has already become a tradition was played at Crossroads. And after an amazing night, the next day finally dawned.
And today we start with Mina district, which is a street designed with colorful and pastel buildings, or rather a small town you could say. Although they say this architecture looks Greek, it still somehow feels more Arabic. These kinds of places are more charming for me when traveling in such countries, because the spirit of the country is felt more. Even if the actual spirit is not exactly smelling in the street here, these beautiful buildings around me now, or for example look what a beauty this cruise side is over here, are quite pleasing to me, and I am having some fun. What interesting monuments they have in Doha. Yesterday we saw the Thumb monument, and now for example over there is a duck monument. Great sights. It is not even a duck, it is a duck camera monument. By the way, I did not expect it, and this place suddenly became very pleasing to me. And why? Mostly since I have been in Doha, what I noticed is everything is usually like a prop, and it left me with a feeling of a soulless city at first, because almost everything was fake around, including the buildings. And when I was coming here, since similar places are usually empty, I thought I would find emptiness here too, but on this entire beautiful territory, you see all the buildings are full of restaurants, shops, souvenir stores. At every step I run into something I did not expect. For example, these old cars now, I really did not expect all this. No, I am not in Doha anymore, I am somewhere in Cuba. These photo points, these colorful buildings, what an amazing environment. Well done Doha, well done. I did not expect this, I did not expect this.
And if you are also planning a trip and want to plan everything yourself, Travelfy.ge will become your personal travel agent in the digital world. The portal allows you to choose desired flights, book the best hotels, secure comfortable transportation, and purchase tickets for various activities and sites. On Travelfy.ge, you quickly and easily get all the necessary travel services in one space. After Mina district, we started looking for a delicious food spot in Doha. And just like in the previous days, this time too, events took a different turn.
I think this video should be named something along the lines of we planned one thing, something else happened, but it turned out better, because in search of a place to eat we ended up in a marina like this, which is beautiful. What cleanliness you can lie down here. I suspect they definitely clean this with a cloth too. By the way, this place reminds me a lot of Dubai Marina, because similar things are around.
In the end, we found Hamilton Restaurant, located in one of the hotels on the marina, where we found a pleasant environment, along with delicious dishes.
Now I thought about it and realized that wherever you enter, no matter how luxury the restaurant is, no matter how cheap the club or bar is, it makes no difference. It is automatically a sports bar because there is a TV everywhere and football is playing everywhere. After Zanzibar, Qatar will be the second country where I realized they love football so much to the point that even here we are watching football now while I still wait for my burger and others wait for steaks, others fish and so on. A burger like this arrived. I thought it would be something super duper, but it is not even super, let alone duper. Well, at least the meat is good.
While eating, we also had a toast to the last day of our little tour, and in the evening we visited Doha's most famous complex, Qatar Towers, which houses two different hotels, Fairmont and Raffles, distinguished by their unique and luxurious environment, and where we had a delicious dinner against backdrop of panoramic views. After that, as the final experience of our tour, we decided to take a boat ride against the backdrop of the glowing downtown. In the end, Doha left an unexpected impression on me over these few days. I had a different preconception about almost everything, but in reality I got a much better experience. Nevertheless, the city itself did not stir any special emotions in me. Everything here seems artificial, created just for show. However, this is exactly what made me realize one thing. If this tour succeeded, and with such great memories, the only reason was the right people on this Travelfy group tour with me. And all this made me realize once again that it is not locations that matter, but the people you write these stories with. And if you want to discover more and interesting places with a tourist, subscribe to the Travelfy channel and wait for the next location.